And we're gonna come on over to our mats and we're gonna use our bolster today because we're gonna do a little bit of restoration and balance. That was our request. So just have that close by. We won't use it initially. And we're gonna use our block too. So we're gonna roll down on our back and just place your back down and close your eyes and take a few breaths, just easily. Just relax your spine, relax your shoulders. And let's put our hands on our belly so we can really feel the breath coming in and going out. And we're going to put our right hand up on our chest and leave our left hand on our belly. And let's take 5 slow breaths. And you can sigh out on your exhale. And then we're going to bring our arms down by our sides and let's slowly lift the hips and lift the arms up over our head. And we're going to do a few of these, stretching through the spine. And each time we roll down, feel that deep exhale. And let's do one more time and press the feet down and lift the hips. And let's take a few breaths here with the hips up, arms up over our head. And then slowly, slowly roll the hips down. And we're going to bring the arms in a goalpost position or just comfortably. And take another 3 breaths. Just let the breath come in and sigh out any tension. And then we're going to slowly bring the elbows toward each other and open and close the arms. And let's do one more. And then we'll just bring our arms down to the side. We're going to cross the right foot over the left thigh and roll the legs over to the left. And reach the right arm out as you turn your head to the right and breathe. And one more breath. And then we're going to come back to the center and uncross and take the left foot over the right thigh and gently roll the legs to the right. And let's turn our head to the left and breathe, lengthening the left arm out. And with each exhale, feel the glutes relax, the side relax. And last deep breath. And let's come back to the center and uncross. And now we're going to bring our hands behind our head and we're going to lift the right knee to the left elbow and do this slowly so you feel the stretch and the deep exhale as you come up. And let's do one more to each leg. And then we're going to bring our arms down and lift our hips up again and lengthen here. We're going to take our ball or the block underneath us. And let's put it under our sacrum. So it's nice and comfortable. We're going to bring the knees toward the chest and then the feet down. And we're doing this as we squeeze the legs together. So we're stretching the back and working the low belly, and just a few more. And release tension out of the jaw. And just one more. And now we're going to stretch our legs up and point and flex our feet. Feel the difference with the legs up, and then let's make circles with our feet. And we're going to circle in the opposite direction. And let's do our big backwards bicycles to get the hips going. And then we're going to go forwards with these bicycles. And one more. And then we're bringing our legs back up, and let's open our legs out to the side. And we're going to do a few very slowly. So we're really feeling the opening of the upper inner legs. Each time coming a little bit wider with the legs. And just one more, and hold the legs open. And let's lengthen through the heels for a couple more breaths. And then we're going to bring our legs together, and let's bend the legs, and we're going to open and close the knees. So different muscles here, stabilizing through our hips. And we're going to start right in on our balance here. So now we're going to bring our elbows in as our knees come out and do a few of these. And 5 more. And last one. And let's come into happy baby and take a few slow breaths. Just release the back and the hips. And 3 slow breaths. Now we're going to stretch our legs up and do this forward fold on our back, and let legs come closer to our chest. And take a few deep breaths, lengthening through the legs. And last breath. And now let's bring our feet back down to the mat, and we're going to roll the hips up. And let's move the ball or the block out of the way and stretch the back up. 3 more breaths. And then we're going to roll down, and let's roll over to the side, and we're going to sit up. And let's use our bolster. So we're going to sit on our bolster, and we're going to do our pretzel pose and bring our right leg in front and our left leg behind. So we're sitting on the left side of our bolster. And let's just sit up here and let that left hip open up. Now we're twisting to the right, and just breathe here. And then let's forward fold. And we're going to walk ourselves back up. We're going to take our left hand down, reach the right arm over, and stretch the side. Breathing deeply. And let's go to the other side. Right hand down and left arm over. And let's come back to the center, and we're going to switch our legs. So we're going to scoot over to the right side of the bolster and take our left leg in front of us and right leg behind us. And just roll the shoulders down and take a couple more deep breaths. Now we're twisting to the left, breathing into the side. And let's lengthen and hinge forward. And we're going to come back up. And now we're going to take our right hand down and left arm comes over. And then let's go to the other side, left hand down and right arm over. And 1 more breath. And then let's come on up, and let's put both feet down, and we're gonna reach our arms through our legs and breathe. Let the head release. And let's take 3 more breaths. And then we're gonna come back up. And now we're gonna just sit cross-legged. Let's feel here. Let's roll the shoulders down and breathe, looking straight ahead and feeling the belly breath. So you could close your eyes. Notice how your breath comes in the belly and goes out. And then we're gonna open our eyes And let's turn just the head to the right. Easy does it. And then over to the left. And back to the center. And we're going to take our right ear toward the right shoulder. And just feel that stretch. Another couple of breaths. And then we're going to bring the head back up and do the same thing. We're going to take our left ear toward the left shoulder and feel that stretch. And we're going to come back to the center. Really good. Now we're going to grab a hold of our legs here, put our feet down, and just hug everything in. You could hold, maybe you can hold your elbows, head drops down to your legs. Really good. And then we're going to come off of our bolster, and we're going to use the bolster for child's pose. So either you could put your head on the bolster, your knees can be together or apart, and lengthen your arms away from you and breathe. And let's take 5 slow breaths. We're going to press our forehead into the bolster. Now we're going to change this a little bit. So keep walking your fingers forward and knees are on the mat. We're going to do iguanas using this bolster. So we're going to lengthen forward and look up and come back to child's pose. And do a few more. You might have to adjust yourself to do this, but it's kind of nice to have a little support. And let's do one more. And pause as you look up. And then we're going to take our belly over this bolster and arms over our head and take 5 breaths. And now we're going to bring our hands back, so right underneath our shoulders. We're going to do a big cobra and do a few more cobras, really stretching the spine. And we're inhaling up and slowly exhaling down and lengthening the spine. And let's do a few more. And let's do one more. And we're going to curl the toes under and come on up to downward dog using the bolster. So walking the arms forward and see if you can let your head press down on the bolster, maybe not, but it's there for support. And take 3 more breaths. And we're going to start to walk forward and move the bolster out of the way. We're going to use it in a minute, but let's walk forward to our forward fold and take a few breaths. Release the head. And now we're going to roll all the way up 1 vertebrae at a time. So we're using the legs and reaching the arms out and up in a little back bend. And then bring our hands to our heart. So let's try a little balance. We're going to stand on our left foot, lift the right leg up, just like a flamingo. And then right foot down, left knee up. And put that foot down. We're going to add on. So let's take the right leg up and then open the leg out to the right and bring it in. And let's do a few more. We did this on our back. We're stabilizing through the hip. And 1 more. And right foot down, we're going to do the same thing. Other leg, left leg up. And open and close. And 2 more. And then left foot down. Let's inhale our arms up and forward fold. And let's step back to downward dog, lengthening the spine, 3 breaths. And we're going to try some lunges. So let's lift the right leg up. We're going to step our right leg forward and come on our fingertips. And then step forward with the left leg, and we're back in our forward fold. And now we're going to step our left leg back to that lunge. And let's step our left leg forward, and now we're going to come halfway up and forward fold. And let's come all the way up and bring our hands to our heart. Now we're going to lift the right knee up, and we're going to do our can-cans. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And let's try warrior 3, right leg back. And warrior 1, step the leg all the way back and arms up. And lengthening the arms forward, right hand down, left arm up. And let's lift both arms up over our head. And 3 breaths. And we're going to clasp our hands behind us and come into humble warrior. Forward fold and 3 breaths. And let's come up in our back bend, opening our heart. And reaching the arms up, warrior 1. Now we're going to step our right leg forward and we're back in Tadasana. And take a couple of breaths to feel. And we're going to try the whole thing on the other side. Left leg lifts up. And let's do our can. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And warrior 3, left leg back. To our warrior 1. And reach the arms up. And reaching forward, the left hand down, right arm up. And then both arms up with our palms together, and 3 breaths. And let's reach around behind us, clasping our hands for humble warrior. And forward fold, 3 breaths. And let's come up in our back bend, opening the throat. And reach the arms up, warrior 1. And let's step forward, and we're back in Tadasana. And we're going to roll the shoulders down and breathe. And let's walk backwards, right foot behind the left heel. And keep going. Easy does it. And last step backwards. And let's start to walk forwards. We're looking straight ahead. And take your time. And as we come to the top of our mat, let's cross the left ankle over the right. We're going to stand tall on both feet. Take a deep breath. We're going to turn just the head to the right. And then to the left. And then back to the center, we're going to forward fold. Pressing our feet down. And take another couple of breaths. And then we're going to come all the way back up. And let's reach the arms up. Take a deep breath. And we're going to bring our hands to our heart. And let's take our right ankle over the left ankle. I'm going to do this whole thing on this side. And we're going to turn our head to the left. And then slowly to the right, releasing the shoulders. And back to the center, forward fold. And we're going to take a couple more breaths. Now we're going to come all the way back up as we press our feet down. And let's reach our arms up and take a deep breath. And then we're going to uncross the legs and bring our hands to our heart. And take another breath just to feel. And let's inhale our arms up and forward fold. Step back to downward dog. And feel the difference in the spine, the lengthening. And let's come forward to a plank and then back to dog. And we're going to do 3 more. And this last one, we're going to stay in our plank. Lift the right leg up behind us and put it down, and the left, and keep going. The right, the left, the right, and left, and then we're going to come all the way down, chaturanga, and 5 cobras. And let's come back to child's pose, pressing ourselves back. So if the child's pose is hard on your knees, since we have the bolster, you could put it behind you and sit on the bolster. Otherwise, regular child's pose, 3 breaths. And now we're going to sit up on our heels. Again, if this is hard, use your bolster behind you. And we're stretching out our quads, twisting to the right. And then twisting to the left. And we're going to try a hip lift here. So we're going to put our hands down and lift the hips up, stretch the quads, 3 breaths. And then let's come into our table pose, table stretch, and we're going to do 5 tricep push-ups. And let's bring our bottoms down to the mat, and we're going to bring them in a big V, feet together, and forward fold. Let's take 5 slow breaths, releasing the head. And we're going to gently come back up. And let's do another twist. So we're stretching our legs out, and then we're going to cross our right leg over the left, and left elbow crosses over the right thigh and twist to the right. And let's come back to the center and uncross, and then left leg over the right. We're twisting to the left. And we're going to come back to the center and come into a forward fold. This is where we're going to use either, well, it might be easier just to use the bolster. So you can come forward in any way you'd like, forehead or chin down, and let's do a little breathing. And feel each exhale releasing tension out of your spine. And then last deep breath. We're going to slowly come on up, and we're going to come into a back bend using our bolster behind us and the block as well. So we're going to put the bolster horizontally behind our hips, and then our block is going to go underneath our head, and we're going to breathe and release any tension. So make sure your head is supported. Most likely the block is on the high setting. And see if you can soften the arms, and we're going to go back into this slow breath. And this breathing helps us not only to release tension, but to release any kind of stress that's running around in our head. And with each exhale, feel everything being cleansed out of your body. Soften the shoulders. Feel the fingers releasing tension. And notice how the chest rises and falls with each breath. Feel the belly soft and gentle as it receives the breath. The ribs are opening with each inhale and each exhale. And allow the bolster and the block to support your body, so you can completely let go. And let's follow our breath for 5 more breaths. And we're slowing down each exhale. Noticing the pause between each breath. Feel the tension being released from your belly and the whole solar plexus region. And as the tension is released, we're feeling beautiful prana coming into our body, re-energizing us with vitality and strength. And now we're going to turn this into a side stretch. So we're going to roll to our right side and keep the bolster where it is. And our head is going to be pressing down on the block. And you can move the block to a different position so it feels better. And bring your left arm over your head. And just allow the stretch to happen, any movement in your spine to happen. And feel each exhale as you release tension. And let's take 3 more breaths. And then using this movement, we're just going to roll to the other side, over to the left side, and do the same thing. So our head is supported with the block, and our right arm is over our head, and we're gently breathing. Feel the movement and just go with the movement that's happening as you release the tension in the shoulder. And let's take 3 slow breaths. And then we're going to come to the side and take a breath, bringing the arm down. And we're going to press ourselves up. And let's just sit cross-legged so the bolster is behind us. And we're going to bring that block around and forward fold. And if you can, our head is going to go on the block. Otherwise, you could just forward fold. And let's take 3 more breaths. Really good. And we're going to slowly come on up. And now we're going to take our bolster away from us here. We're going to roll back down on our back. And you could use either your bolster underneath you, or you can use your block, because we're going to lift our hips up and put it underneath us. The bolster is just bigger and kind of softer as well. And let's take a couple of breaths with our feet down on the mat, just feeling the stretch. Noticing the belly. Our inner organs are working hard all the time. So now we're giving them a break and feeling the extra breath coming into our inner organs. Let's lift our legs up in Viparita Karani. And we're going to keep our eyes closed and breathe. Feeling this softness and gentleness coming into our body. Feeling the inner smiling in our heart. And feeling the weightlessness of our whole body. And we're going to take a few more slow breaths, bringing in this beautiful prana and energy and life force into our being. And for these last few breaths, notice the pause between each breath. And let's take 3 slow breaths. And then we're going to bring our feet back down to the mat and just feel that beautiful tingling sensation and the difference in our blood flow. And now we're going to lift our hips up and we're going to take the bolster away from us so our back can be on the mat and the back of our legs are over or on top of the bolster. And breathe. Feeling that beautiful breath coming in and going out. Trace the shape of your body on your mat and in your room. And with each breath, as you trace your shape, feel this beautiful white light coming into your body. Allow the energy and vitality to come into every cell and molecule of your being. And now we're going to start to wiggle our fingers and toes. And let's stretch our arms over our head and take a deep breath. And we're going to roll over to the side. And with our eyes closed, we're going to sit up on our bolster, trying to keep that focus as we move. And we're going to take our palms facing up on our lap and eyes closed, just breathe, feeling our uprightness. There's a beautiful golden thread at the top of our head that's lengthening our whole spine. We're bringing our hands to our heart and wishing ourselves good health and harmony, and feeling it coming into our body. Wishing peace to our homes and our families and our communities. And now visualizing that peace spreading throughout our entire world. And let's take another deep inhale and sigh. One more time. Namaste. Thank you, ladies.
You know, Marian, I I had to work hard to relax, to really concentrate because that and it worked. But I was aware that I had to really concentrate to relax, breathing deeply. But yeah, I mean, it worked, but it was hard because
Yes, yes, and it is a practice, Suzanne. I mean, ask Carol, right?
It really is.
It is.
Yeah, I know what she means, but it just comes naturally to me because we do it every week.
yeah.
Yeah.
That was absolutely the best thing I've ever done, Mary.
I
I
love
had a headache and I was like this before this started because coming home was unbelievably difficult. That was just thank you so much.
it was
Oh, I'm
great.
so glad. Thank you for suggesting it because anytime, this is what we're doing together, is we get to do this together. So whatever you need, it
It
makes
was
a difference.
You're
So
great.
Suzanne, join us on Sundays. We go deeper into it, but we can always change things up anytime
You
you
know,
want.
like Sunday I'm babysitting, but I will try in the future to attend because like I said, I had to work hard to relax.
yeah.
Yes, yes, it is. It's kind of, we really are fighting against ourselves.
You have to learn to let go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's good. No,
Yeah.
it was great.
I'm so glad. Thank you, ladies. Have a really
You.
good
You have a good weekend. Bye bye.
Okay.
bye. See you Sunday, Carol.
Okay, you will. Bye bye.
Bye.